Good evening, Brian. It's Tuesday. So, I really liked your video from last night. I really liked the time-lapse that you posted from Salem Lake, and it was really neat to see not only the way that the rippling of the lake looked sped up, but I really also liked seeing the family of ducks that sort of ended up, or geese, maybe they were geese, that ended up sort of joining that area as you were taking the time-lapse, and, you know, seeing them dart around and stuff. It was just really cool, and it's interesting. I feel like you wouldn't see that much activity from them that close by if you were walking by and moving, but just the brief few minutes that you were standing there still and silent and quiet and patient and just standing there, I guess they felt more comfortable and they came up, and it was really neat to see that. And that added to what was already a really pretty day and a really pretty time lapse. So thank you for putting that in there. I always like seeing a lot of your photography stuff, and I'm excited to see more and more of it. So yeah, that was really cool. You mentioned listening to the virtual podcast. I'm really glad you're liking it. I actually have a couple other podcasts that I want to talk about today, sort of, that relate to my topic. And so that topic, Brian, is sound. So we often don't really pay attention to the sounds that are all around us. You know, we generally rely on our vision as our main sense, and we listen to things that we pay attention to, but there's so much stuff happening around us that we generally don't notice. I recently started watching the Netflix show Daredevil, which I don't know if you've seen it, but environmental sound and what you can hear if you pay attention is sort of tangentially part of what is explored in that show. And there's also a couple other really cool podcasts I've started listening to. One is called 20,000 Hertz and one is called Reasonably Sound, both of which really focus on sound and the things that we take for granted or the things that we see every day that we don't really think about, or hear every day that we don't really think about, I guess, is more appropriate. Now, 20,000 Hertz and Reasonably Sound, which I will link in the description, are both really, really good podcasts, and they're not always about environmental sounds. You know, they're about movie sound effects or headphones, or what does noise canceling actually really mean, etc. What does silence really mean, etc. They're really, really interesting, and I think that you'd really enjoy both of them. So those have sort of gotten me thinking and paying more attention to the sounds around us and how much you can hear and notice if you just pay attention. And so I actually recorded a sound video that I'm going to add at the end of this video here in just a second. And this is what it sounds like in my room right before I recorded this vlog. But you can hear Lulu in the kitchen cooking, you can hear me breathing, you can hear my alarm clock and my watch ticking, you can hear cars outside. And just listen to this with headphones on, Brian, if you can. I know it's a little bit weird, but please try. Put it in with headphones, just close your eyes and listen to this next part of the video, and try and listen to all of the sounds that are happening in the background that we generally don't pay attention to. I hope this isn't too weird, and I look forward to seeing your video tomorrow.